Hello YouTube. Hope everybody's doing good today. We have some knives we're going to test. We have 3, and this will be kind of unique and neat because they are identical, except for some things that I'll point out. All 3 of these are the Bark River Aurora. And obviously they have different handle material. It's all G10, but it's different kinds of it, I believe. Now I was going to say that was my card, but it's not. That is G10 as well. So they are all G10. One thing that is different is the blade steels. We have this bottom one is an ELMAX. This is A2, which is Bark River's stock in trade steel, the one that everything starts out in, and there's good reason for that. It's a good tool steel, performs extremely well. Why not? This one is CPM 3V, and all of these are basically the same weight. They're pretty much the same thickness. They're all 5/64. They weigh 6 to 6.8 ounces. Their blade length is 4.5 inches. Overall length is 9.5 inches. They're supplied with this sheath, good quality sheath. Has some attachment points here, and I'm going to get up and get a little closer here so I can get behind the camera and show you this. Attachment points that you could run paracord through to attach it to gear or equipment. Fire steel loop. And on the back, and I'm told that this is going to be the way all of these sheaths will be made from now on, you have this slant so that you can wear it at an angle. And then there's a slot cut here so that you could wear it. You can wear it straight up and down or wear it like this by either running it through the slot or running it through this way. So that's a pretty handy thing. I personally, and this just has a lot to do with my unique body style, but I prefer a dangler. This is one that I just happen to have, and I would love to see this as an option for these. Especially since they're Bushcraft knives. A lot of people do like a tight sheath. If you do, this is going to work just fine. I like these because when you're sitting down, standing up, moving around, they just tend to be out of the way more for me. Now, they may not be for someone else, but again, they already make these, so you can buy this aftermarket, or perhaps Bark River will maybe offer these. I don't know. What is going to be fun about these is we have 3 almost identical blades. Now, the Aurora was developed as a Bushcraft knife from the start. Mike said that he did 5 prototypes. 4 were sent to Bushcraft people in Serbia and the UK that are really into it, and they used them for a while, sent them back. Suggestions were made, changes were made, and the Aurora was the result. It took about 18 months in development to do these. The Rockwells on these, the A2 and the CPM 3V are both 58 to 60. The ELMAX is 60 to 61, which I think for these steels, in my opinion, is about the ideal range. So if everything else on the heat treat is the way it should be, they should be pretty much optimal, about as good as you can get. Heat treats everything. You know, perfect heat treat on a lesser steel will sometimes give you better results than a really good steel with poor heat treat. I think that what we're going to do with these is I'm going to test them on several different medias. Now, I'm going to do some cardboard cutting. That's not Bushcraft, but I do a lot of it, and I know, especially with these steels and especially with ELMAX, which is the one I'm particularly interested in, what I should get. I know what I should expect out of these from past knives. I haven't done a lot with them. I've been extremely busy. This summer has just, and spring has just been ridiculous for me. But I have used them a little bit in the kitchen on chicken, on tomatoes, on onions. They work about like you would think. And by the way, these are all 0 ground convex. And they work about like you think one would. That's that thickness. It's not a kitchen knife, but it is perfectly serviceable for one. On things that will move out of the way like a tomato or certainly any kind of meat, it's great. It's as good as any kitchen knife, I'd say. On harder vegetables or fruits like, say like an onion, for instance. With that convex, yeah, you got to push it in there a little bit. But certainly will do it, certainly will cut it. You could prepare any camp meal I could envision with it. In the woods, if you're going after trout or rabbit or whatever, you know, squirrel, whatever your game might be, these should perform extremely well for that. And that leads me to the only change that I'd make on this. The handle, as you can see, my big old paw pretty much envelops it, but it's extremely comfortable. It's one of those, it's just the right size. It's not too big, it's not too small. You just really feel like it's locked in your hand. It's good upside down, it's good this way. The one thing I would do is I would bevel this edge, and either that or I would take a Dremel and I would dip it out, and at some point I'm going to do that on this particular one. I'm just going to take a half moon out of each side for my thumb, especially when I'm doing you know, chest lever cuts and things like that. I really like that. And if you're doing big game prep, you know, where you're processing a deer or something like that, if you're doing a lot of cuts, that can be a little aggravating there. But if you have that either at least chamfered or a half moon cut out, you can really lock your hand in there. It's very comfortable and go at it. Other than that, I wouldn't change anything on this handle. Extremely comfortable, really like it. And I tried all of these. The back edge seems to be rounded, you know, just or finished off so that it's not grabby or anything like that. It will, however, all three of these will strike fire steel. I tried them all, they all worked. So however much edge is there, it is enough. I tried scraping on wood a little bit, it'll do that too. You would maybe want to sharpen it just a little bit more. What I've done in the past with a lot of mine is I will round it out about this far, from here to here. I'll round that over for comfort. And then I will actually sharpen this to where there's a nice sharp edge on both sides. You know, a complete 90. And I can use that for scraping, for fire steels, for whatever, but still have the comfort of that rounded edge, so you get the best of both worlds. Obviously, if you want to use flint and steel, you'd want to go with the A2. I don't have a good piece of flint. I need to order some. There's none in this area. And the only thing I have is a piece of chert, and it sucks. Basically, it's just too soft, and it's terrible. I may try to get some from Steve when I get to the blade show. Hopefully he'll have some decent ones. So we will basically be testing these as Bushcraft knives. We're going to do a lot of wood cutting. We're going to make things like tent pegs, pegs for traps, just all the things that you normally do with it in the woods. Cut twine, cord, rope, cut twigs, debark. Yes, we will do one or two batonings with them. Now, I consider that knife abuse, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of us are not going to carry a second tool. You know, you should, if you want to do that, you should have a hatchet or an axe. But in the South here especially, where you're not concerned about processing a lot of big firewood, you're just not going to do it. You're going to depend on your knife. And to cut small things like this, to knock those down to tender size, these are perfectly adequate. You're not going to break them. Excuse me. They're going to work just fine for that. So we're going to do that. We're going to do all the typical bushcraft things that you can think of. And just to compare the three edges, as I said, I am going to do some comparison cardboard cutting. And what I do there is I cut 200 random cuts, some short, some long, but they average out pretty good. And then I check the edge. I clean the edge with mineral spirits. The reason I do that is it will get gummed up, and you're not really checking the edge if you don't clean it. You're checking the glue from the cardboard. So I clean them up. I don't strop them or anything, and then just see where they're at. After 200 cuts, I should be able to clean that edge, and it should still cut any kind of typing paper or anything like that cleanly. May or may not do phone book paper, but one strop on my diamond strop should bring it back. That's what I consider decent edge holding. I have Spyderco's that'll do it. My Rockstead did 1,000 cuts with minor stropping. That video's quite a ways back, but you can check it out if you want. That knife's coming up on 2 years, and I'll be doing a review on it soon. It's been in use every day and really works. But I'm really looking forward to doing these because we can do a comparison with 3 blades. They're almost identical. In fact, when I put the mic and the put on a scale and everything, they're virtually the same knife. So I'm going to grab one. We'll just grab the ELMAX here. I believe this is, nope, this is A2, and we'll bring it up to the camera. We can get a little better look. But we will be doing these, and I really hope you guys will enjoy this. I'll try to be comprehensive, and I'll try to make it an interesting test. In a couple of weeks will be the blade show, and there will be a whole slew of knife makers here, as there always is. These knives will be passed around. I'll film those guys using them, get their impressions, and we will see what they think. Mike Gavick, Tim Troyer, people like that. Probably Jesse Hemphill. I don't know who I'll be. There may be one, I'm not sure yet, but there may be one very big name, and we will see. I don't know. He's a maybe right now. But anyway, take it easy, guys, and I think that's it for now, and we will talk to you later.